Hi everyone, welcome to Torre Tarot. I'm David and it's my pleasure and privilege to read for you. I mainly use the Gilded Tarot by Torre, which is that one. Comes in an unreasonably large box, but there you go, the modern wonders of modern packaging, how to make a little look like a lot. I also occasionally use the plain old Rider-Waite, which is that one. You can see it for the glare. And even less occasionally, I use the Tough Tarot. At some stage in the future, I will be introducing La Vera Sibilla as soon as I can nail down a copy. But for now, I'm going to keep it simple. So, my readings are linked to the phases of the moon. So rather than 12 readings in a year, you'll get 13. Lucky you. The readings will look at the 4 quarters of the moon, so that's the first quarter, the second quarter leading up to the full moon, and then the 2 quarters after that, leading back down to the new moon again, and we start all over again. So that's dead simple to understand. Because these are general readings, some or all of this might not have any resonance for you whatever. Don't worry about that. Have a look at the readings I do for your sun sign, for your rising sign, and for your moon sign. You're bound to find something in there somewhere. I am hoping to do a more in-depth reading for the solstice, which is coming up soon. And so I still haven't decided what sort of format we're going to do yet. If you have any suggestions, send me an email. Drop me a comment below the video here. And yeah, we'll sort something out. The channel is, the channel's still very new, and I'm still experimenting with how it looks and what sort of kind of layout we're going to be using. So if you have any preferences at all or any suggestions, please let me know. It would be enormously helpful. Oh, and one standard last bit. If you like the video, click on the like button. If you don't like it, send me an email and say why, then I can put it right. Now, that's the boring bit done with. Let's go to the videos. Hi Leo, welcome to your reading. This is for the new moon from November the 29th to December the 28th. The new moon rises in Sagittarius, which has the general energy of I see a goal, I reach the goal, and then I see another one. It's just goal after goal. Let's have a look what the cards say. Your overall energy for the month is the World. The World is a card of completion. It's the culmination of everything. It's the last card in the major arcana. So yeah, it's an ending, but it's also a beginning. And it's fitting that I suppose it should come at the end of the year. You've worked hard this year, and all the things that you have worked for are coming together. They all come together at the holiday season. Yeah, that's quite nice. Let's have a look at what happens in the first quarter of the new moon. You have the King of Swords and you have the Star. Okay, we will look at this as the King of Swords being your particular energy. You are very, very clear and focused. You are incisive. You are feeling as though you are able to sort the wheat from the chaff. You are able to make logical, rational decisions. The Star, on the other hand, is more aspirational. It's a card of hope. It's probably one of the most beautiful cards in the entire deck. So you are very, very hopeful. You have aspirations, and you have the mental agility to be able to sort the difference between what is achievable and what is just a daydream. You have that incisive nature. That's quite good. Let's have a look at what happens leading up to the full moon. It is quite good. you have the Ten of Swords and the Four of Wands. The Ten of Swords talks about endings, and I suppose at the end of the year an ending is to be expected. Sometimes this card talks about being stabbed in the back. I want to look at a more positive meaning on that. Tens are endings. Endings always bring new beginnings, and you can see that very clearly in the card there. Although this guy is dead on the ground and all the swords are pointing directly at his back, you can see in the distance a new day is dawning. It's a card that says all the things that you have worked for have now finished. They're all ended. It's a winding up, ready to start something new. It's paired with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands talks about preparing for a celebration, and I suppose at the end of every year a celebration is quite natural. It's natural to celebrate something when it's ended, particularly when it's ended well. Don't look at this as a negative card, because I don't think it is in this respect. It merely points out that sort of whatever it is that you have been doing throughout the year has now come to an end, and it is a definite end. You won't be going there again. You're going to start something new, and you are celebrating that end, and it's right and fitting that you do. Have a damn good time. Let's have a look what happens after the full moon. Whoops. Right, there we go. After full, Five of Cups. You have Five of Cups and Death. We'll deal with Death first, because that's Major Arcana. Death, yeah, it's about endings and beginnings. Death comes along and clears the ground, ready for something new. Death does not mean the end of life. Death is that natural part of the year, and I suppose it is very fitting that it comes at this point in the year, because it's about clearing the ground, and that's what winter's about. Things die, everything sort of stops and shuts down, ready for the spring when it all whirs back into life again, and that's good. That's good. There is the promise here of a very new beginning. The Five of Cups. Cups is a suit of emotions. The chappie in this card, I'll show you closely. The chappie in this card is looking at three cups that are spilt on the ground, and he's so caught up in regretting their loss, or the loss of the contents, that he can't see that behind him there are still two cups, and they are still full. There is something that you have lost. Maybe you are looking back and thinking there are things that you should have done that you didn't. Maybe this feeling of endings has left you a little wistful, and you don't know where you're going to be going next. But don't worry, do not worry, because life goes on. And although you are perhaps in a sort of a bit of a limbo, thinking, what do I do? That's all over, and what do I do next? Something else is coming up, and here it comes. In the last quarter of the moon, just after the solstice, you have the moon and strength. Okay. The moon and strength. The moon talks about looking deep within yourself, and that seems to be echoed in this card. You are looking deep into yourself for answers. You're looking for the answer of where you go next. and you are facing your subconscious, all those deep dark things inside you, the place where your creativity comes from. And for some people that can be quite traumatic, to actually face their subconscious. But for you, you have the Strength card. You have what it takes to look deep within yourself, to face your own demons, to face the unpleasant bits about you, as well as the good bits. You are not going to be put off by any of it. You are not afraid. If you're Leo, you're not afraid of anything. But it is very much a time of sitting back and contemplating your next move. You are clear and incisive. You have completed all you want to do, and this is what the world tells you. You have hopes and aspirations, and you are sorting those out, which is realistic and which is totally unachievable. Death comes along and clears the ground. After this ending, the ground is cleared, ready for something new to start, and you are looking deep within yourself for that new start. Yeah, a very good way to start the new year. We'll see you next time, Leo.